Connie Willis, the podcast. Taking you into new ways of thinking, even providing answers to questions you've often pondered. Connie Willis, the podcast. This is a Connie Willis exclusive. Whistleblower. What you're about to hear has never been heard anywhere else. This is Connie Willis, the podcast.
Let's get back to our exclusive conversation with Robert Treat, private military, government contractor, and U.S. Navy Special Warfare veteran. He is here with a deathbed confession. You can help him. His GoFundMe is in the description below. He will be recognized as an informant and a whistleblower, here to tell us why the ET are here and who they are.
Informant.
Okay, what we ended on was, if we were to kill somebody, or if somebody did something bad to us, would we want to kill them? Would we want to hurt them back? I'm going to ask you a question from that. So, okay. Well, isn't that the reason that we want to kill, or we want to be mean, or we want to do the negative things that I guess we think are negative, because we probably don't know they're negative until we're told they're negative. So are we, is that something that was put into, obviously, the DNA that they've created, or have they taken a DNA here, DNA there, put them together? This is like wine, making wine. We take this grape and we mix it with this grape. We work with the grapevines here, and we make a different tasting wine. This one doesn't taste good. Let's change this grape. In making wine, how they make better wine, is that what they're doing to make the perfect human?
Well, it's not about the perfect human, and we get into this area of
Because is the bad ingrown in it? Did they put the bad in us? Now they're making us aware of the bad?
well, it's how we became aware.
This is a Connie Willis exclusive on Connie Willis, the podcast.
Everything in our culture, everything in our mythology, and everything we understand today, so much of it is, through the looking glass. Black is white, up is down, good is evil.
Can you put the mic closer to your mouth?
Yeah. Okay, is that better?
Yes, thank you.
Okay, sure. So what the fallen have done with the aid of power-hungry humans has completely distorted our entire knowledge base, and how we relate to our world is so deceptive. And even though we can see it played out in our modern world, where look at we can use Twitter as a great example of what's going on culturally today that really represents the whole thing of how our entire species has been poisoned. Okay, Twitter, we have the social media site that people, tweet things out to their friends and their family and their followers, right? And we use it as a communications tool. Okay, why does Twitter need so many spies, right? Why is the guy that's in charge of releasing documents a former spy behind the Steele dossier, right? What is it? We think it's one thing, but it's really another, right? So the narrative that we hear played out in our daily news feeds is, Elon Musk owns Twitter now, and he's going to, by granting free speech, he's destroying democracy and destroying free speech. So free speech is censorship. Censorship is free speech. You see how he topsy-turvy through brainwashing, right? And this is where the government really comes into play, is they are the ones that control the information on behalf of the fallen, right? So in one of the CIA programs is called Operation Mockingbird, right? So, why is it no matter which news channel you tune into, it's the same story, word for word, the exact same script? How did they get it so quick? Why are they all repeating the same thing? Right? This is all controlled information, all designed to brainwash us to accept things. The first time I saw the movie Matrix, I was like, my God, that movie is so profound. I need to know who the Wachowski brothers are. How do the things that they produce, like from the Matrix series to V for Vendetta, It's like, they see through the world. How are they seeing through it? They're describing it in a story, a fantasy story, right? But the tenets of it are very real, right? The part in the Matrix that got me was that, it's a prison for your mind, and that's what we live in. So
if the government's working with the fallen and they're producing what we hear on the newscasts and read, then who is slipping in all the good stuff where a lot of us are aware?
it's because we're being conditioned to believe that the good grays are the bad guys.
But I mean, who is it that's making sure we get the light to give us the correct discernment against that?
We're the ones who have to discern that. And that's the evolution of the spirit.
So the fallen and the government have all the power to just take us down, be negative, controlling, where the light is always constant, and we got to discern light and dark, and our soul is here doing everything to stay in that light.
Yeah, and we're taught from the time we're little that the knowledge of good and evil was given to us by Satan, right? The knowledge of good and evil, that's where we became self-aware, and without the knowledge of good and evil, there can be no free will and there can be no choice. Okay, so without knowing the good from the bad, right, we can never be good.
Informant. What you just heard has never been heard anywhere else. This is Connie Willis, the podcast. Learn more about Connie, her guests, and be sure to join her private membership shows, Blue Rock Talk and Connie After Dark, at ConnieWillis.com. Whistleblower.